to offer salutation upon the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. Thursday, you say as much as possible, Allahumma salli wa sallim ala abdika wa rasulika nabiyyina Muhammad, offering salutation upon the Prophet alayhi salam. And we have a short version for the lazy, and we have the full version. So when you say Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Muhammad, that's it. You get 10 folds of good deeds. And Allah Azza wa Jal mention you. Allah mentions you at the higher levels by name to the angels. The longer and the best version is Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. This is the best version to be said. But the short version for those who are lazy is also valid, and it's good. And as stated, from the sunset of Thursday till the sunset of Friday, this is the time to offer as many times as possible. Number 5, reciting the surah. Another sunnah is to recite in Fajr prayer surah number, this is surah 33, surah al-Ahzab, and you do not recite this in surah al-Fajr, in Fajr prayer of a Friday. You recite 32, which is surah al-Sajdah in the first rak'ah, and surah 76, which is surah al-Insan in the second rak'ah. This is what the Prophet used to do alayhi salatu. So this is highly recommended for the Imam to lead the prayer with every single Friday. And this is what most masjids following the Sunnah do, including Mecca and Medina Haram. But unfortunately, elsewhere, people are getting lazier and lazier. So they think that reciting these 5 pages is too long, and this is too extreme, not knowing that every single Friday the Prophet used to recite them, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also, part of the sunnah, the recommended things to do on a Friday is to recite Surah Al-Kahf. And again, the time of reciting Surah Al-Kahf is from the Fajr of Friday till the sunset of Friday. So it's during the daytime, not before that. And the hadith that supports this was authenticated by Sheikh Al-Albani, Sheikh bin Baz, Sheikh bin Uthaymeen. Yet many other scholars say that it is not authentic. And this comes under the category of Fada'il al-A'mal. Therefore, if a person does it, there's no problem in that, inshallah, especially with these great Imams authenticating it. And it is unquestionable that the first 10 ayahs, another narration, the last 10 ayahs of this surah protects the person who memorizes them from the fitna of the Dajjal. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect us all. Another sunnah is to make dua, supplication. And we have hadiths such as the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, said, every Friday there is an hour that any Muslim who happens to be standing up in prayer at that time and prays to Allah for anything, Allah will certainly grant it to him or her. So there is a specific hour where Allah answers the dua of people who are invoking him. What is this hour? There are so 30, 40 different opinions. I've lost track of them. But the most authentic opinion, or the most likely a time for answering, would be the last hour of a Friday. And most righteous people I know stay in the masjid after Asr prayer until Maghrib prayer. So they recite Surah Al-Kahf, they recite the Quran, they make dhikr, and just before the adhan by 10 minutes, they take their positions, raise their hands, and start to make dua. Make dua, make dua, make dua, until the adhan is given. And there's a hadith that this is the most likely time for the hour of answering. Some scholars say it is when the Imam rises on the pulpit, on the minbar. And some say it is at the end of the sermon. Some say it is during the salat of the Friday, and so many different opinions. But what is needed to be highlighted is that surely this is a time of acceptance during the day, time of Jummah, and that we should all put our lists and start asking them in this world. And you're appointed an appointment, you're given an appointment with dignitaries, with the president, with the king, with someone who is a CEO of many companies who can help you. You would probably write a list, and when you meet him, you say, listen, I am your highness. Simple as that. No one can force him to give you. When you are supplicating to Allah, shouldn't it be much better? Because the king, the president, the CEO gives you something that he does not possess, really. To supplicating to Allah Azza wa Jal, listing our needs and asking Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to answer them, specifically when we know that this is the time for answering, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.